you show me? You we smoke, or we drink, or we break up. Cause they always have my back, down my main. When me and my babe broke up, down my main.
I chose to take a break from music just because I've been in the industry since I was like 5 or 6 technically, like actually working. For me, I had been in it for so long. And you know, just being honest, like, you know, different setbacks, groups not working out, you know, just things not working out. I just took that time to kind of regroup, reflect.
What happens when a child star dances with a legend at 9 years old, only to watch her career crumble not once, not twice, but 3 times before she even turns 30?
Like, let me regroup, refresh, you know what I'm saying, and figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I was just going and not really, you know what I'm saying, like I said, going from a group to solo, you have to figure yourself out.
Jamila Akiko Abachilombo was just a kid with a dream when she stepped onto that Prince music video set in 1991. And here's what nobody talks about. She's Jhené Aiko's oldest sister, but their relationship holds a secret, plus the crime that got her banned from a major retail chain for life. Let's get into it. On November 18, 1982, Jamila Akiko Abachilombo was born in Los Angeles to Christina Yamamoto, an art teacher of African American and Japanese heritage, and Dr. Karamo Chilombo, a pediatrician who moonlighted as a musician under the name Dr. Chill. 8 siblings, 1 house.
My daddy has like 8, but there's 5 of us. Like, from my mom and my dad, there's 5 of us.
Okay.
And there's 3 girls and 2 boys. But technically, I do have another older stepsister.
Their father had converted the garage into a full recording studio. The sound of creativity was constant.
So we were just kind of always surrounded by music. And so it just naturally kind of crossed over to that, like from dancing to singing and just like putting it together.
At just a young age, she stepped into the spotlight in a way most kids only dream about. She became a dancer in Prince's iconic Diamonds and Pearls music video. Not as an extra, not in the background, front and center, alongside one of the greatest artists of all time.
I actually started off as a dancer. It was like 5 or 6. My first like official job in the industry or whatever, like getting that bug or whatever, doing the Diamonds and Pearls video.
That moment planted a seed she would spend the next 3 decades watering. Decades later, Prince would return the favor by sampling her song Blinded for his 2014 track You Know. Full Circle doesn't even cover it.
He's wrong for me, I'm blinded.
Through that gig, Jamila caught the attention of music producer Chris Stokes. She and her older sister Miyoko were thrust into the industry machine, placed into an R&B group Girl, and sent on tour alongside a rising act called Immature.
At the time, called Girl. At that time, we were signed to MCA.
She was learning what it meant to be a professional at an age when most kids were still figuring out multiplication tables. Girl released their debut single, Play Another Slow Jam, in 1995. It peaked at number 74 on the US Hot R&B Singles Chart. Then, in 1997, Get Your Groove On was featured in the movie Baps. It hit number 91 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 30 on the R&B chart. And then the group disbanded. The usual industry nonsense that tears groups apart. But Jamila wasn't done. She joined another girl group, Dame 4, with Thomasina Parrott, Tennille Mathis, and Mercedes Nelson. They released How We Roll in 2005.
Oh, baby, don't get mad. That's how we roll. We come up quick like candy shades.
And then Dame 4 split up too.
Once that group, you know, fizzled out and didn't work out, and we decided to go our separate ways. Just everybody was just so many different ages and different places in their life. So we like mutually decided like this just is probably just not gonna work.
2 groups, 2 dissolutions, 2 dreams deferred. So she did something bold. She walked away.
I felt like because I did have like setbacks, and, you know, just like, okay, let me regroup, let me see what else I'm interested in, and then like kind of come back to it. So I did definitely take a break, but I wouldn't say I like gave it up, like, you know. I wasn't over it, but I did need a break.
In the early 2000s, Jamila took a hiatus from music to figure out who she was outside the group dynamic. She'd been performing since she was a child, always sharing the spotlight, always part of an ensemble. During that break, she worked as a licensed esthetician, giving facials at a spa while quietly writing songs in her downtime.
I was obsessed with skincare. So like in that time, like I went and like got my license with that. I didn't use it. You know, I was just trying different things and like,
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that.
doing
Did you
normal
feel like
things.
In 2006, she signed with Universal Motown under the legendary Sylvia Rhone.
She still, you know, offered to me a solo, you know, after the group, she knew it broke up. It was like, you know, would you want to stay? And I was like, that's when I had to really be like, oh wait, do I? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, I'm a solo artist.
And
like, I'm
Sylvia
used to being in
Rome.
groups.
Her debut solo album, Split Personality, was set to drop that summer, executively produced by Chris Stokes.
Once again, it's me. This ain't your average chick, it's me.
She performed 2 tracks, Complete and I'm M.I., on Showtime at the Apollo. The crowd loved it, the energy was there. This was supposed to be her moment. And then the unthinkable happened. The album was shelved.
I still had never put out an album.
Okay. As
It's only EPs.
Singles.
Okay.
And
Or
singles,
EPs,
yeah.
yeah.
From what I can remember, that was when a big switchover and merger was happening in the industry. When, it was like all these labels were merging, and then I kind of got lost in all of that.
Dropped again. 3 strikes. 3 times the industry said she wasn't enough. In 2012, she reinvented herself. She changed her name to Japalonia, dropped a mixtape called Blinded for free on DatPiff, and watched it rack up over 700,000 downloads.
If he's wrong for me, I'm blind.
Raw, unfiltered, unapologetically her. The sound of someone who had nothing left to lose and everything to prove. 1 year later, in 2013, she reverted to the name Mila J and signed with Motown again.
Just the history of Motown, honestly, just their roster, like, they are R&B, you know what I mean? Like, the Jackson 5, Diana Ross, the Supremes, like, Marvin Gaye, like, I feel like they're iconic. It was just a certain vibe, so I decided to go with Motown.
This time she knew who she was, what she wanted to say, and she wasn't letting anyone control her narrative. On July 7th, 2014, Mila J dropped her breakthrough single, Smoke, Drink, Breakup. The music video premiered on BET's 106 and Park, and the song peaked at number 33 on the Billboard R&B/hip hop airplay chart. It captured the messy reality of toxic relationships with a precision that made people feel genuinely seen. Then came My Main, produced by DJ Mustard and featuring Ty Dolla $ign.
This girl that I came in with, down my main. The one that's sharing these drinks, down my main.
A summer anthem. She wasn't just the heartbreak girl, she had range. Her debut EP, Mila, made in Los Angeles, followed in 2014. 5 tracks, no filler, a love letter to her city and to everyone who had doubted her. She reflected on her creative process and the difference between her early work and her new sound.
So I would say that was most different. I didn't have any features, on 2 and 3 versus Made in LA. I had like 3 or 4,
Right.
So I would say, I think the sound of it was different, and it was just more of just me.
In 2016, she released her second EP, 213, named after the LA area code. Every song felt like cruising through the city at golden hour. Nostalgic, warm, deeply rooted in place. And then, in early 2017, she made the decision that would change everything. She left Motown and became an independent artist. No more labels, no more gatekeepers, no more compromises. On April 7th, 2017, she released her official debut album, Dopamine, 13 tracks, just her vision fully realized. In an interview, she explained where the title came from and what the project meant to her.
I was reading a book called This Is Your Brain on Music. And it's basically like just kind of showing like the science of like how your brain works and like kind of like why you're always stuck on certain songs. It's just like really interesting. And that kind of sparked the kind of idea of that. I don't know if I came across the word in that book, but I just know that book kind of led me to that word.
Songs like No Fuchs and Move showed her full range, from vulnerable piano ballads to high-energy anthems. Then came the move that made other artists stop and take notes. In 2018, Mila J released an EP every single month for the entire year. 12 EPs, 12 months, January through December.
Guess I'll be blowing with the wind over and over again.
Each project had its own vibe, its own story. Most were free or near free. No A&R pushing back on her creative choices. Just her collaborators, and an unshakable work ethic. While other artists were struggling to drop one album every 2 years, she was flooding the market, staying visible, refusing to be forgotten.
Might not mean anything, but just the other day.
And then there's the family connection everyone gets wrong. Mila J is the older sister of R&B star Jhené Aiko. People assume there must be tension, rivalry, competition, but the truth, they've always had each other's backs.
We don't really talk about business. Family time is the time to just laugh and watch TV and eat, So I think with us both working on music, we kind of, those things like business was always like separate.
In 2020, Mila appeared on Jenny's deluxe edition of Chilombo, collaborating on The Way.
Pussy fairy on the way. I'm on my way.
In In 2024, she joined Janae as a special guest on the Magic Hour tour, performing for sold-out crowds across the country. They weren't competing, they were celebrating with each other. Now, the scandal nobody talks about. In an interview on Sway in the Morning, Mila casually dropped a bombshell about getting banned from Toys R Us as a teenager.
We thought we was being real slick, like me and the other 2 group members at the time, but one was my sister.
Buying $200 worth of merchandise to throw security off their trail while pocketing the same amount on the side, and they were all banned for life. And speaking of what makes Mila tick, she got real about what it takes to actually turn her on, and her answer was refreshingly honest. She's also fiercely health conscious, 5 workouts a week, spinach with olive oil, salmon, brown rice. It's genuine discipline, built not just for her career, but for herself. She got candid about her fitness routine and why balance is non-negotiable.
To me, honestly, it's all about balance, because I'm like, you still gotta live your life and enjoy. Like, I want to enjoy my food, like I said. So if that means I have to go harder in the gym, I'll go harder in the gym. That means I can eat my burgers.
While she's been linked to a few high-profile names over the years, including Trey Songz in 2014, Mila has always kept her personal life locked down tight. She's learned the hard way that everything you put out there can be used against you. She addressed dating in 2016 and why she prefers real connection over social media courtship.
Especially if it's a serious relationship, that's something I want for me and that person. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like when you open it up, and it's just, just opens you up to everyone's opinion. And I don't know. I would like to stay out of that.
Her most recent full-length project, MJ9, dropped in November 2024, showcasing growth, evolution, and a willingness to experiment without losing her core sound.
We up in here like
As of 2025, Mila J is still moving. Her latest singles include Away and Dominic's song, Pretty Girl. She's been a recurring guest on major tours, including Jhené Aiko's Magic Hour tour and various Breezy Bowl events. In September 2025, her track Pluto with Wynese and Bun B was recognized on TikTok's Songs of the Summer list, proving her music still connects with younger audiences. Mila J is listed for potential 2026 tour dates in major cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York. There is also buzz around a Sunset and Soul Tour 2026, a 30-city day party tour expected to kick off in March 2026. As of February 2026, Mila J's estimated net worth sits between $2 million and $5 million. She entered the industry as a 9-year-old dancer in a Prince video with nothing but raw talent and an unshakable belief that she belonged. She survived girl groups, shelved albums, name changes, label drama, and coordinated attempts to make the world forget she existed. And she came out the other side with her catalog, her independence, and her reputation fully intact. That is not luck. That is what 30 years of refusing to quit actually looks like. Nobody handed it to her. She built every brick herself. If that's not the definition of resilience, nothing is.